Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a DIY video on how to make your own coolant tank or windshield washer tank or overflow tank out of using old CO2 canisters from a paint bar marker or paintball gun. So about 6 months to a year ago, I replaced my overflow tank in my truck. I have a 2008 Dodge Dakota. I don't have the front bumper on my truck. So the overflow tank is exposed to all the elements, so I ended up getting hit with a rock, ended up cracking, ended up getting dried out because of the sun, because of course I live in Arizona and it gets super hot out here. So I need to replace it again. I'll put a link probably here to that video if you just if you have a similar vehicle and you want to just replace yours, you can kind of click that link and it'll take you to that video. Otherwise, this is going to be another DIY video. So like I said, I have a 20-ounce paintball markers. Back in my younger days, I used to do paintballing a lot. But these are CO2. These aren't the compressed air that everybody runs now. And the new gun I bought had to run on compressed air because it used to get finicky with the CO2 tanks. And then I turned it into this. So you're probably wondering. So we'll start from the bottom. So this is a 90-degree elbow. It has a MPT fitting in it. I don't know where I put it. Oh, there you go. So I used a 1/4 inch or 18 NPT feeding. And I'm trying to, come on, focus. I don't think it's gonna focus, guys, but hold on, let's try this real quick. Is it gonna focus? No, we'll move on. So like I said, it's a 1/4 inch to 18 MPT feeding. I did have to buy this one. Sorry, I made a weird not popping noise. Just so I could fit this hole. I also had to buy the drill bit to go with it, which is a 7/16. Yeah, you're not gonna see that. Drill bit. So this is a drill bit, MPT fitting. Like I said, drilled the bottom, put the 90-degree elbow because I am going to run a line to my radiator, so it's going to go something similar to that, like that. It's going to go up to my radiator, or the top of my radiator. And then what I ended up doing buying were these push lock type fittings, same type, diameter MPT, 1/4 inch or 18 MPT. Drilled them, tapped them. These came with like a Teflon thread on them already. And these are, like I said, these are push lock type hoses. I ended up using a let's see. So sorry. So the push lock hoses are 3/8 tube outer diameter, and the 1/4 inch are MPT. So that's that right there. Bought this from Amazon. 10 of them came in a pack. Ended up buying the wrong hose from Amazon also. I bought the 3/8 inch hose, but the only thing is I bought silicone. I was thinking of high temperature hose. That's the same hose that you run like a PC, like a high gaming PC, and it was too flimsy. Like it would not grab the MPT. So this is how it wouldn't grab the push lock fittings. So this is 3/8 inch. That's 3/8 inch outer diameter. 3/8 inch outer diameter. You just push in and it locks. These bad boys don't go anywhere until you push in on the little blue ring here. Then you can pull it out. So of course I wanted a clear hose so I can see my level on the front of my truck. So I'm going to mount this to the side of the radiator, and I'll be able to see that level line all the way through. So this is, as you can see, it's at the very bottom, and this is the very top. So I'll see exactly where my overflow coolant will be. I'm making a second one of these for my windshield washer fluid. So these are going to sit side by side like this, and I'll be able to see my coolant and my windshield wiper fluid. And the top, so before I opened these, I made sure there was no more CO2. One of them had CO2, this one did not have CO2. So I had to bleed that one off just to let all the CO2 out. then I was able to just use a simple pipe wrench and undo the top part right here. Sorry, it's taking a while. And I used just drill bits to kind of drill out the hole, because you see I have another seal too, so this is just for an example. This is how normally your top of the cap comes. This is the type of nozzle that it comes with. So you can see this is full brass. So what I ended up doing, I ended up getting my hacksaw, cutting it at the very top right there to where I got this and this. So I cut it completely off here. And just to add a little pizzazz, I took a 50 caliber Desert Eagle casing, cut it down, I drilled the hole, I tapped the hole, put it in. JB welded it because I love JB Weld. So as you can see, this is, I'm sorry guys, my focus is not being with me today. So that's a 50 AE casing. I ended up cutting it down to right about there. Like I said, I drilled the hole, wasn't perfect. As you can still see the lip. I ended up losing some of the 50 AE symbol because I was smashing it with a hammer. But I ended up JB welding it, putting it in there. And then it's not completely sealed. Like you see the little pressure release valve, that's still there. There's nothing blocking it. Before there was like a little bladder that would block it. And I ended up just boring out the holes just a little bit bigger. So for any reason, if I build up too much pressure, this doesn't turn into a bomb. It just will release that pressure with no issues at all, and it'll come out the side of the tank. So yeah, so like I screw that down. And what I ended up doing was, for the top part here, instead of it being nice and smooth, I really didn't want it smooth. So I kind of just placed it in my vise and kind of just smashed it down, and it gave me these little, like the vise marks all the way through the brass, because the brass is really soft. So it gives me some type of grip on when I need to take it on, and it looks like that. All right, so I'll post everything that I used on the description below. So if you want to try to make your own, like I said, I already had the CO2 canisters. All I had to buy were the fittings, the hose. I did have to buy the MPT thread and the drill bit because I didn't have a drill bit that size, and then just the extra hose for the length of it. As you can see, this is almost a good 3 feet long. Yeah, and next I have to build. I have to make the bracket where these two are going to sit inside my truck. So stay tuned to that. Alright guys, so I'm done building my little bracket for my tanks. Like I said, these are the tanks here with the visible hose that you can see your fill line. I ended up using this angle iron, I don't even know what you call it. It's like a slotted type steel that I had laying around. Had 3 full sections of it. Not full, like 8-foot sections, but similar to this size here, which is probably about 2.5 feet. I had 3 of them, so I was like, well, I'll just cut that up and use that as to make my bracket. So as you can see, this is going to be my bracket. Little tray. This bolts to the stock location. And that there bolts to the stock location also, so I can literally just drop this in stock location, bolt both of them up, and not even have to worry about it. As you can see, there is my clear sided tubing. This one pops right out just because I have the straight fitting on here, which I might have to switch this one to, and that one's a 90-degree angle. And as you can see, that's kind of sloppy cut. I'm going to go back in there and actually grind these nice and down. I should have done it before I rivet everything together, but I wasn't even thinking ahead to do that. That doesn't have enough space. So everything has been pop riveted together. So you can see the 2 down there, the middle support there. That's open there just because the way the truck is on that side and the very front, to get this clear part to fit, that's why I needed to leave it open. So yeah. So. And I plan on just holding it all together with probably some of these, if not good old faithful zip ties. So pretty easy. Oh, you're wondering, well, why replace it? Why don't you just get another one? Well, this is the one I bought from Rock Auto. Like I said, this is exposed to the elements. I don't have the bumper cover to actually shield it. Originally, it got hit by a rock. So I could see the hit where it hit, or I could see the where something hit. I don't know if it was a rock, but something hit it. You can see it kind of shatter in the cracks that are around it. So that led to believe that, okay, it got hit by something because it's exposed, and then it's literally right in the front of the truck, or right below the where the tire is, right next to the tire in front of the truck, right behind the bumper. So it's a big thing. And another thing, I left it out. Oh, since it's exposed to the elements, it's getting cooked by the sun too. So as you can see, it's literally just falling apart. See? So if you are taking this out on a 2008 Dodge Dakota from 2008, 2011, or what was it, a 2006 to I believe 2008 Mitsubishi Raider, there's two bolts that you have to unbolt. There's one on the very bottom, it's hidden by some plastic, and then the one that's on the very top that you'll see right in the front of the bumper. Like I said, as soon as you pop these out, it literally came up and went straight down, and it was that simple to take it out. So yeah.
So that's my video of a overflow tank and a windshield wiper fluid tank using just scrap stuff I had in my garage. So hope you guys like the videos. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll link everything that I used, that I had to buy. Only things I had to buy were like the taps, the fittings, some of the silicone hoses, or the hoses I did have to buy. But the canisters I had, the metal I already had, the paint I already had. So yeah. Yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that, smash that like button, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.